Welcome everybody to the ukulele warm-up session, and welcome also if you're on YouTube as well, of course. Later on in the session, in a few minutes, we're going to be strumming through some chords. We're going to do what are called 1-4-5-1 chords, or 1-6-4-5 to be more accurate, actually. Chords. Anyway, I'll explain all that later, so don't worry about that. First of all, just take a couple of deep breaths. And I've started doing this before my warm-ups now, just to help relax and get the air going to the brain and so on. So a couple of deep breaths. That's one, and one more. Just breathe in and sigh out. And then, you've probably done this before actually, just shake the wrists. This helps get the blood going to the fingers. You forget how important this is, especially when playing ukulele. You need a bit of blood in those fingers. So shake the wrists. And just for a few seconds, you can do this before any activity, it all helps. And then just make a fist, if you can make a fist with both hands, and then just let the fingers out, and just stretch out the fingers and thumb, and then make another fist. And just do that a few times. Maybe even twirl the fingers, that feels nice. Feels like it should do some good, doesn't it, when you twirl the fingers like that? There you go. Right, we're ready to start playing our ukulele. Okay, good. Right, pick up ukulele. And the first thing I would like you to do is just a little thing to feel what your fingers feel like when you're playing the ukulele, because this is quite important. What I'd like you to do is just take the third finger, your third finger in your left hand, and just place it on the string as if you were about to play a C major chord. Okay, so imagine you're about to play a C chord. However, I don't want you to press the string down, so just touch the string in the same place, but just touch the string. Now, because you're only just touching the string, it's not going to make a nice sound. So if I pluck it, you can probably just hear a little dink, dink. So just pluck that string with your thumb or with a finger, and you get a nice little dead sound. Well, not a nice sound, just you get a dead sound. Okay, now just keep plucking, but just gradually depress that finger onto the fret slowly, not too quickly. And eventually, as soon as you get a nice sound, don't press any more, just stay there. Okay, now I'm getting a nice sound now. Now just feel how much pressure that finger is exerting on that string. And my guess is it's probably a lot less than when you're normally playing that chord. And what this does is it shows you that you really actually don't need to press strings very hard to get a nice sound. So let's just try that again so you can remember how to do this another time. So just start with the third finger on the third fret, and leave the string fully stretched so it's not bending. Pluck it, get a dead sound, and then just gradually, there we go, and you get a nice sound. And that's as light as you need to press when playing chords. One of the problems with changing from one chord to another is that if you're pressing too hard on those strings, when you put a lot of effort in with muscles, you also need a lot of effort to release or to relax those muscles before you can then take them off and move them somewhere else. So you've got twice the amount of energy required in one movement. So by pressing lightly with your chords and fingers, there's obviously a lot less energy required in order to relax those muscles before they move somewhere else. So just something to think about when you're playing your chords next time is just to see if you can play them a lot less lightly and not pressing so hard. So good. Right, okay, let's move on. So that's just a little thing for you to try there next time you've got a spare moment and want to just release, just find your chords a little bit easier after that. During the half-hour session, we're going to be doing plenty of strumming, as we also always do. And just another thing to encourage you to do is just to listen to the sound all the time and the feeling of the fingers as well, and just try and avoid thinking about things that are coming up later today and things that happened yesterday, especially if you're finding it easy and your mind starts to wander. So put your concentration into what we're doing. Okay, let's just get up on the screen the sheet that I'd like to share with you with all the chords on it and all that usual lovely stuff. There we go. We're on session number 9. Wow. And that first thing, you're not going to be strumming all that. It's just a little review of the chords we've been doing over the weeks. And you'll see, if you take the top line, it says in Roman numerals, because that's the tradition, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And they're the numbers of the chords in each key. So this is just a little review of what we've covered so far. So in the key of C, that next line, you'll see that the 1 chord is C, the 2 chord is D minor, the 3 chord is E minor, and so on. It's not absolutely important that you memorize all this, but it's just to show you the way it works. And then for a different key, such as G, you've got all the chords in the key of G, and they've got their own little numbers as well. So the chords are numbered in order of the musical alphabet, C, D, E, F, G, A, and so on. Now what we're going to be doing today is strumming what are called 1, 6, 4, 5 chords. Now that means we're in the key of C, we'll start with C. That's going to mean we're going to start with the chord C, and then the next number is 6, so we're going to zoom over to the 6, which is an A minor, and then we're going to play a 4 chord, which is F, and then we're going to play a 5 chord, which is G7. This is how a lot of musicians refer to chord sequences. They just memorize, they just so 1, 6, 4, 5, and then they've got it in their heads exactly what they're going to play. So there it is on the screen. Hopefully you can see that at the bottom there. C, A minor, F, G7. So that's the first chord sequence we're going to do this morning. So get your ukuleles ready. And yes, you just reminded me there, someone just put a message in the chat box. If you do want to say anything, then please do say. And something has been written for David, thank you. So I'm not quite sure what that means. Did I say 1, 6, 4, 5? Yeah. Sorry, David, I saw your comment about the 4. I'm not quite sure what it means, so I'll carry on until I realise. Okay, 1, 6, 4, 5. C, A minor, F, and G7. So there are our chords. I'm just going to put a metronome on, and we're going to just strum. You can strum any pattern you like, but I'll put one there: down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 bars of each chord after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now A minor. Now F. And G7. And repeat. Back to C. Let's do that one more time. and finish on C. Oh, good. Well, that was a nice leisurely sort of pace, and playing 2 bars per chord makes it a little bit easier. So we're going to move on to playing the same sequence now, but only 1 bar per chord. If anyone can think of a song where they've played this chord progression in, just type it into the chat box when you get a moment, and we might end up with a little list. But it's a very common sequence, which I'm sure you have played at some point before. Okay, now we're going to move on to a little bit quicker, only a tiny bit. And also, as I say, 1 bar per chords. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for each chord. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor. Now F. G7. And repeat. Let's do that one more time. Back to C. G7. Finish on C. Okay, good. And just occasionally in music, you will actually see this same sequence being played, and it'll only be half a bar per chord. So we're going to do that now, and we're going to play half a bar. So that will be just 2 strums on each chord. I think my ukulele might have just stopped. Oh dear, that's better. You couldn't hear that. Yeah, so we're just going to do like that. So that's half a bar. So you're dividing the strumming pattern across 2 chords. I think I'll turn down the speed a little bit for that as well, because the fingers are starting to move a bit now. Now we're starting to warm up. Here we go. After 4, half a bar per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, A minor, F, G7. Last time. F, G7 and C. There we go. Okay, so that's what's known as a 1-6-4-5 in the key of C. And what we're going to do now is move on to another key. And somebody suggested Blue Moon. Yes, that's right. Yeah, Blue Moon. Do, 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 do. Thank you very much, Jacqueline, for that. Well done. And it is one of the most common chord sequences in popular music. You won't see Mozart going around those 4. Well, actually, you might do, but he wouldn't keep repeating it. But yes, Blue Moon, good one. Right, okay, we're going to move on to G, the key of G. So we'll go back down to just 2 bars per chord sequence, 2 bars per chord. I think my ukulele's not died, because you can still hear it, but the electronics has stopped working, so hopefully you can still hear me strumming at the same time as I'm talking. Key of G, so G, E minor, C and D7. So that is the 1, the 6, the 4 and the 5 in that key. Now here's a little tip. Getting from G to E minor can be a little bit tricky at speed. So therefore what I suggest, and I don't know if you can see me in the window. But if you hold the G chord, as you normally would do with the first, second and third fingers, to get the E minor, if you put your you leave the G where it is when you come to E minor, and just put the little finger on the 4th fret of the C string. If you can reach there, of course. So the 4th fret of the C string with the little finger will convert that G to an E minor. And you don't have to change the other fingers, they just stay where they are. So if you look at the shape you've now got, you've got an E minor based on the G chord. So just add your little finger to the 4th fret of the C string when it comes to E minor. Okay, let's strum these 4 chords. So 2 bars per, 2 strumming patterns, or 2 bars per chord in the key of G. 1, 6, 4, 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the E minor. C. D7. G. Do that one more time. 2, 3, G. E minor, little finger. Finish on the G. Good. Okay, we're now going to do just 1 bar per chord. So G, E minor, C, D7, 1 bar per chord. And again, if anyone thinks of a song, I've already thought of one actually, which I think is played at the faster rate. So I'll mention it when I get there. Okay, 1 bar per chord. Don't forget to just feel those fingers, concentrate on the playing, don't think about what's going on later today. And just think about the fingers and not pressing too hard. So just pressing as lightly as possible in order to get the nicest possible sound and give your muscles a relaxing time at the same time. So here we go with the 1, 6, 4, 5 in G, 1 bar per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, C, D7. And again. Last time from G, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Finish on the G. Okay, and we'll just do one quick short version of this with 1/2 bar per chord. and I think you might recognize something, a song, when we do it. It's made me think of one. So, okay, we have a suggestion. Let's have a look, see what it says. And it's Diana. Yes, I'm sure that song. I don't know that song very well, but it sounds like that kind of song. Why do fools fall in love? I think there's a theme going on here. Songs from the 1950s, probably, if I'm not mistaken. And that was actually an era when an awful lot of songs were written using this chord sequence. A lot of doo-wop songs follow this sequence as well. So yeah, they all look like correct examples. Good, well done, Jacqueline and Julie there. Okay, let's play this now. Half a bar per chord. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to Blue Moon here, aren't we? Let's do that one more time. On the G there. Good. Okay, no, the one I was thinking of was Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, which I think is in the key of G, and I'm fairly certain follows those same. Can you sing that and play that at the same time? Yes, there you go. Good-o. But of course, because these are all 1, 6, 4, 5s, this is partly the point actually, that means that all this is, it could be all of those songs we've mentioned, but just in different keys. So if you can sing Always Look on the Bright Side of Life over chord sequence number 2, you could also sing it all over number 1, number 3, and all the other chord sequences. Of course, you just have to raise or lower your voice pitch-wise in order to get into the right key. But yes, so that's the key of G. We're going to move on to the key of D now, and yeah, there we go. Now we've got the good old B minor here. I know it's everybody's favourite chord. When you're going from a D to a B minor, if you're playing your D with a bar across the 2nd fret, which I do, it's not the only way to play it, but if you do, playing the B minor means you've got to put your 3rd finger, I almost said you've just got to put your 3rd finger, you've got to put your third finger on the 4th fret of the G string to get a B minor. So that might make it a little bit easier to get there quickly because you've only got one thing to do. That's not the easiest thing to do, but it's just one thing. So you've got a D with a bar on the 2nd fret, and then the 4th finger, 3rd finger rather, landing on the 4th fret of the at the top of your list you wrote 4 instead of 6. I see. 4 in the top of my list I wrote 4 instead of 6. 1, 6, 4, 5, 1, 6, 4, 5, 1, 6, 4, 5. Okay, no, I still haven't seen it. Right, okay, anyway, key of D. 1, 6, 4, 5 chord progressions, number 1 to 5. Yes. D, B minor, G, and A7. So here we go. And we've only got a few more minutes, and it's getting a little bit trickier. So some of this can be your continued warm-up after we've finished, if you like. So here we are in the key of D. No further ado. 2 bars of each chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now B minor, G, A7. So first the 1 chord D, now the 6 chord B minor, now the 4 chord G, and the 5 chord A7. try singing a song, just make one up. Sing some notes that fit. Just use your ears. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Make up your own song with one of these, can't you? Anyway, I'll stop singing, let you sing. One more time. A7, finish on the D, and let's go straight on to 1 bar per chord now. After 4, 2, 3, 4, to B minor, there we go, G, and A7, and repeat. One more time. A7 and finish on the D. There we go. Okay, we're going to move on swiftly to the key of A. And okay, so the tonal center changes to A, but we're still going to play the same chord sequence of 1, 6, 4, 5. Now F sharp minor, very easy after A, because if you hold your A chord, which is 2, 1, 0, 0, take your third finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the E string, which is conveniently quite close to the other fingers and nice and easy to reach. So A to F sharp minor. Yep, so F sharp minor then is 2, 1, 2, 0. You can even get that rock and roll sound just by going from one to the other, backwards and forwards. There you go. Right. So A, F sharp minor, D, E7. After 4, 2 bars. 1, 2, D, 4. 1, 2, E7. A. F sharp minor, 2nd finger, third finger. D. E7. And last time for this one. E7, finish on the A, 3, 4. Let's go straight on to 1 bar per chord after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. F sharp minor, sorry, start on the one there. D, E7. Da 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 da. Last time. Finish on the A. There we go. And we've just got one more key left. We're slightly running over the normal time of 9:45, but if you're happy to carry on, we'll carry on. And if you need to go, that's absolutely fine. So, okay, we're just going to move on to probably a trickier one now. Number 5, the key of E. It doesn't get played an awful lot, but nevertheless, if your aim is to be a musician rather than just a ukulele player, then all keys are necessary. We've only done 5 keys here, and you could carry on doing all the other 7 if you wanted to. Go around the circle of fifths and follow the same patterns. Here we go though. Key of E, so I've got E, which is the 4th fret. That's the way I play it anyway, a bar across the 4th fret. C sharp minor, put your 3rd finger down on the 6th fret. Bit like when you went from D to B minor. So 4th fret E, C sharp minor, put your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the G string. Then A is your A, and B7. Now I played it last week 2-3-2-0. Somebody pointed out that you can also play it 4-3-2-0. This is B7, which is an absolutely great way of playing it. So technically probably more accurate actually. You could play either, but either play the G shape that I talked about 2 weeks ago on the other strings, first 3 strings, or play the E minor shape, but on the first 3 strings, G, C, E. So that would be 4, is that right? 4-3-2-0. That's for your B7. Anyway, afterwards, if you're still not clear on how to play a B7, look it up on the internet and decide on which one's easiest for you. So here we go, 2 bars of each chord after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C sharp minor, A, B7, E, sorry, I'm doing only 1 bar, aren't I, in my haste. Okay, I'll start that one again, 2 bars per chord, sorry about that. 2 bars per chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now C sharp minor, A, B7, now A, B7, E, C sharp minor, one more time on key of E, 2, 3. Oops, I missed that one. C sharp minor, A, then finish on the E. Okay, and we'll just do one more on the last, on progression number 5 in the key of E. Just 1 bar per chord now, and this will be the final thing we do this morning. So starting with the E, 1 bar per chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. C sharp minor, A, last time coming up. Here we go. E, C sharp minor, A, and B7. Finish on the E. That's it. And it's a good idea to play these chord progressions, these common ones, over and over and over and over again. Because what you want to do is get them into your muscle memory, so that you can play them without thinking. And then you have the ability to do other things like singing at the same time. So by going over these chord sequence time after time again, it might seem a bit dull doing it for sort of 5 minutes, but believe me, it's worth it in the long run. Not trying to cover too much in one session, just do one thing. And that's what we did, a 1, 6, 4, 5. Okay, everybody, I'm now going to say thank you very much for coming along, as always. It's great to see so many people. Take it off the screen and see all your smiling faces, and hopefully see you again in 2 weeks with some more warm-up ideas. And if you want to unmute yourself and just say goodbye to everybody, then you can do that if you like. And yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, cheers then.
Bye.
Thank you, Dave. Goodbye, everybody.
Great.
Yeah, bye then.
Thank you. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Cheers then. See you in 2 weeks.